Thanks for coming, Nathan.
Thanks for having me.
My wife and I have been remodeling, and one of the things that we wanted to replace is the medicine cabinet in our bathroom.
All right, let's take a look.
It's right in here.
All right, this is the medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a little bit bulky, a little bit outdated, and a little bit beat up. So
Yeah.
we were looking for something a bit more modern that we could recess into the wall, but it being a bathroom and going into the wall with lighting and plumbing and not knowing if it's load bearing. I know I sent over some photos.
Yeah. No, those photos are extremely helpful. With those photos, I was able to tell that the rafters fly by and that this is not a load bearing wall. So we know we can nip and tuck it. Other things to be cautious of, like you said, electrical behind here, maybe a vent coming out of the sink. So we want to go nice and slow, make an opening and check it. I think we can definitely do it. So let's get some tools and get started.
Sounds great. Thanks.
The first step is to take down the old medicine cabinet. All right, so I'm going to pull these two top screws out, and then I'll hop down and pull the bottom two screws. Here we go. Nice. So now that we have the medicine cabinet off, what I'd like to do is actually do the layout of the whole cabinet that you picked out, and then I'd like to make a small little pilot hole between these studs, make a little hole that I can open up and look and see if there's electrical. Maybe I can reach in and see if there's any vents running out. So we'll start with the layout of the cabinet. Let's grab those measurements.
Sounds great.
It comes with these instructions, and it gives us the dimensions that we need to make our recess cavity. All right, so let's get started by finding the center between these lights. 28.5 inches, so 14.25 will be our center mark. So now that we have that mark, we need to set our height. We have a 36-inch mirror on the front of this, but the back's a little bit smaller. If we go up 36 inches off of this paint line, kind of puts it at a comfortable height in line with the top of the tile on your shower. So if I bring over a level mark, there. Okay. So that would be the top of your mirror. Do you think that's good height?
That looks great.
All right, so now that we have our center line and we have a height to work to, I'm going to do a plumb line for the center of our cabinet. All right, so we have the top of the mirror, and then we have the body, the back side of it, which is 3 inches down. So that's the top of our cavity there. And we know that we need to come down 30 inches and a quarter, 30 and a quarter. So if I put my tape right on 30 and a quarter, a little trick, I can actually use the hook of my tape to score a line there. So this is the bottom of the cavity, and then we know our mirror is going to overhang another 3 inches. So what's nice is we're going to cover a lot of this unpainted wall.
Great.
Now we're ready to go left and right. For that, we know that we need to go off of our center line 10 3/4, right there. Now we just really need to start connecting the dots.
Yep.
We'll connect everything with a level, and that's going to show us what we need to take away. And then that one. All right, so now that we have the layout, we know we have a stud here, and we have a stud here. So we'll have to work around those. What I'd like to do between these lights is just cut out a little hole that I can reach in with my hand, check for a wire, or check for a vent.
Great.
I feel pretty safe cutting a small hole. What I like to use is an oscillating tool. So I have a special drywall blade here, and you can see it's got these depth gauges, so 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4. We know we probably have 1/2 inch drywall, so I'll cut right to that point. It'll be a nice controlled cut. If we like it, then we can cut the big hole.
Great.
All right. And for safety, we cut the power off. All right, so we got some insulation behind it, which is pretty normal in bathrooms these days. We can tell this was remodeled in the 90s or the early 2000s. There's some insulation in there for some sound dampening probably. So we can move that out of the way. Okay, so we can kind of push this to the side. We can reach up. Nice. I don't really feel anything there. I feel a little blocking right here against this stud. We have our other stud right here, reaching up. I don't feel any electrical, so I think these electricians were really on the ball. They probably ran their wire up, over, and down, knowing that you were going to be screwing through here to put a medicine cabinet, or they might have gone all the way up to the top plate, over and down, path of least resistance. So I feel pretty safe. I don't feel any vents. I think we can open this up.
That sounds great.
We have pretty good depth, at least that 3 inches we're looking for. What we'll have to do is we'll have to get, we'll switch the blade and we'll do a deep cut here and here, there and there. We'll pull those studs off and then we'll notch out the next ones. All right, now that we have everything opened up, we can see that this was kind of a new construction side. This here is original. You have your lath and plaster nailed to your studs. Probably not load bearing considering some of the joinery here, so we're definitely safe to cut this a little bit. What I'd like to do is actually notch these out. So we only need 3 inches from the face of the wall back. So on this side here, there's 3 inches. So I'm gonna take out probably 3 1/4 for safety. So if I go 3 1/4, this side will take out 1 inch. And then this side over here, maybe about 3/4 of an inch.
Great.
To do that, I'm just gonna make some relief cuts all the way up. I'm gonna take a sharp chisel and my hammer and just real slow, real delicate, just chisel all those out. And then we'll have the cavity we need to start framing things back together.
Great, that sounds awesome.
All right, so we did a relief cut on the bottom and on the top about 3/4 of an inch. And I picked up some 3/4 inch pine here. I'm going to put in some construction adhesive, kind of bed it inside that. So we'll set that down in here. And that will kind of act like a liquid shim. We'll do the same to the top. We're gonna take those same 2x4s that we cut out earlier.
Yep.
We're actually gonna inlay it on the right and on the left. And the framing's pretty much done.
That's great.
All right, right there's good. All right, let's put the glass shelves in now. Last shelf?
That's the last one.
That looks pretty good. Okay, a little bit of homework though. Some joint compound at the top, sand it, a little bit of paint all around. It'll blend right in.
Great.
Let's see how it looks close.
Absolutely.
Nice strong magnet.
It looks great.
Very cool. Well, enjoy it.
Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.